Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. It's a pleasure for me to talk to you about my case study, the Pirate Bay Searching for a Safe Haven. I will give you some background information which will last about 10 minutes, and I also show you the slide for you easily to follow me. If you have any question, please comment at the below. I feel free to answer all your question. Now, I will start the slide. I will divide my presentation into three parts, which are key content of the case study. Second is case study analysis, and final is the answer of case study question. First is the case study. The Pirate Bay is one of the world's most popular pirate music and content sites, offering free access to millions of copyright songs and thousands of copyright Hollywood movies. It's claimed that it is the world's largest BitTorrent tracker. In June 2030, the Pirate Bay reported that it has over 6 million registered users. It is in the top 100 websites in the world in terms of global traffic, with about 20% of the visitors coming from the United States. It even has a Facebook page and Twitter feed. This despite the fact that the Pirate Bay has been subject to repeated legal efforts to shut it down. In fact, the authority pursuing the Pirate Bay must feel as if they are engaged in a never-ending game of whack-a-mole, as each time they whack TPP, it somehow managed to repair, but the battle is far from over. The internet is becoming a top place for music and video pirates to make a living in part because of enforcement action, but more importantly, because of new mobile and wireless technologies that enable high-quality content to be streamed for just a small fee. Next is the summary of the case. The Pirate Bay is a file-sharing website based in Sweden that is comparable to other peer-to-peer e-commerce sites like Napster and Kaiser. P2P business model. The Pirate Bay is a P2P e-commerce business model that allows consumers. Next is the summary of the case. The Pirate Bay is a file-sharing website based in Sweden that is comparable to other peer-to-peer e-commerce sites like Napster and Kaiser. P2P business model. The Pirate Bay is a P2P e-commerce business model that allows consumers to share video and other high bandwidth content with one another directly, without the intervention of a maker, as in consumer-to-consumer e-commerce. Next, I will talk to you about the case analysis. The Pirate Bay is a website that allows users to download content illegally. This website has caused a couple of issues on legal, ethical, and regulation level. The customer demand and unintended use of products are affecting the SCM and e-commerce practice. The first is that TPP is working around the laws in different countries to make sure their sites and software is available to its customer no matter what. The second issue is that the site founder and creator feel as though there should be no price on copyright material and that should be given free of charge to those in the European nation. The third, maybe the most critical, issues that come to light is that internet provider is able to gain access to the name and address of the people who are only suspect of sharing pirate files. And now, moving on to my favorite part, and also the final part is the answer of the case study. According to the book, there are three questions, which are: Question 1. Why did the Pirate Bay believe it was not violating copyright laws, and what did the Swedish court rule? Number 2. How has the Pirate Bay managed to continue operating despite being found in violation of copyright law? And final, how has the music industry reacted to the problem read by Pirate Like the Pirate Pay. Starting with question 1, why did TPP believe that it was not violating copyright laws, and what did the Swedish court rule? The Pirate Bay claim it is merely a search engine providing pointer to existing P2P network that is not itself controlled. It says that it cannot control what content users ultimately find on the P2P network, and that is no different from any other search engine, such as Google or Bing, which are not held responsible for the content found on sites listed in search results. From a broader standpoint, the Pirate Bay founder also claimed that copyright laws in generally unjustified interfere with the free flow of information on the internet, and that in any event they were not violating Swedish copyright law, which they feel should be the only law that apply, and they further claim they did not encourage, incite, or enable illegal downloading. The first Swedish court in Stockholm declared the Pirate Bay four founders guilty of violating Swedish copyright laws and sentenced each to 1 year in prison and payment of $3.5 million in restitution to the plaintiff. On Swedish division of the major record firm Warner Music, Sony, and EMI Group among them. The court found that the defendant had incited copyright infringement by providing a website with search function, easy uploading and storage possibilities, and a tracker. The court also said that the four defendants have been aware of the fact that copyright material was shared with the help of the site, and that the defendants were engaged in a commercial enterprise, the basis of which was encouraging visitors to violate the copyright of the owner. In fact, the primary purpose of the Pirate Bay was to violate copyright in order to make money for the owner. Commercial intent. And now move on to question 2. How has the Pirate Bay managed to continue operating despite being found in violation of copyright law? The firm moved its server into Kiev in Sweden and dispersed multiple copies of its program to other countries. The young generation feel that the music should not be caged and should be let out for free. TPP, which the Pirate Bay has continued to try to operate by hopping from country to country, moving to San Marino, to tiny Ascension Island, to Peru, and back again to Sweden. Although it has been hounded by lawsuits, police raid, and confiscation of servers in various countries, as well as having its top-level domain shut down in Sweden and other countries. It has for the time been found a safe haven on Caribbean island of Saint Martin. And this is the final question. In the answer, question 3, how has the music industry reacted to the problem created by Pirate Like TPP? The music industry has reacted by suing companies and individuals who it believes and involved in privacy, and encourage strong government enforcement of copyright laws. Moreover, the music industry has had to drastically change its business model and decisively move toward digital distribution platforms. They employ a number of different business models and online delivery platforms, including Apple Tune pay-per-download model, subscription model, and streaming model, and now the music in the cloud. After answer 3 questions, and this is the end of my presentation. If you have any question, I really feel free to answer on your question. Please comment down at the below. Thank you for listening.